Hey everybody, welcome back to another review. Today I am looking at these Newton Gravity Challenge shoes. Now these, if you're not aware, are a style of shoe that came out quite a few years ago. I bought my first pair probably over 12 years ago, and it was my first sort of interaction into wearing shoes that are designed for forefoot striking. So rather than heel striking, landing on your forefoot, and there's lots of benefits to that. Really good book if you want to read it, called Chi Running, which is the book I read when I started running in that kind of style. Now, if you've seen all my other reviews, you will know that by default, I always wear barefoot running shoes. So these are my Vivos. I love these shoes. These are the trainers I wear to the gym, and I wear them to run in. However, when I do running on a treadmill, these are absolutely fine, no problems at all. But when I start running on the road, which I've started doing more recently, just trying to be outside a little bit more, get some fresh air, when I wear these, because I'm flat-footed, I do get some pain because they have literally no shock protection. So you're running, you're forefoot striking, and yeah, it's fine on a treadmill because the treadmill kind of has some absorption, but when you are running on the road, it has zero absorption, and I've been getting really bad foot ache. So that's kind of the reason why I bought these other shoes. So these have got a nice wide toe box, and that's why I love them. They let me spread my toes, and I love to train in them. But for those of you that are kind of new to barefoot running, these are a great middle ground because they allow you to have the support, like they've got minimum cushioning at the back, but they've got all the technology is at the front, and I'll show you that in a moment. But they allow you to kind of have extra cushioning and be able to run with forefoot striking. So that is why I bought these. And the other reason I bought these is because normally these are about £165, and I got them for $39.99, which was an absolute bargain. Happened to get them off Amazon in my size, the last ones, and I got them for that price. So I thought they're a great shoe at that price. They're very, very light, and they've got this kind of nice coloured design on them. Show you that a bit closer up. And then you'll notice at the bottom, they've got this kind of unique spring system. So this is why I bought them, because if you are a barefoot style runner like me, having this spring system is fantastic. Now I haven't worn these yet to run, and I just put them on to kind of see if they fit. But from my last experience of wearing these sorts of shoes, and I had a pair of Newton Gravities a long time ago, I hadn't had this type, this is called the Challenge, but the ones I had were so comfortable. They were an amazing transition into kind of barefoot style running. And this spring system is called the action-reaction system that they've got, where these springs kind of bounce in and sort of catapult you forward. So you kind of get this kind of forward momentum, which is pretty amazing. And they do feel really, really springy and very, very comfortable. So that is a great shoe. And Newton are the only people I know that kind of do this technology. I think it's a patented design they've had for a long time. And the first time I heard about these sorts of shoes were through Newton. I'm sure there's Adidas and other companies probably do something similar now, but I haven't seen anything quite as unique as that. So these are a really comfortable shoe. They've got cushioning all the way through them. So like I said, they're very supportive as a standard trainer, but they're purely designed for this kind of forefoot striking. And what I also liked about these is that they've got a slightly wider toe box compared to some of the other shoes. Now, in comparison to my Vivos, it's hard to probably tell if I line them up. You can see they're about the same size. These will probably allow you to spread a little bit more, but these are still fairly wide. When I put my foot in them, I could feel I could spread my toes. So that was another reason I went for these as well, because the review said that they've got a reasonably sized toe box, so I'm not squashing my feet. And yeah, they look really, really cool. I like the color scheme, and I like the kind of grip pattern. They look pretty unique. So what I'm gonna do is, with all my reviews, I'm gonna actually wear these for a few weeks, maybe a month, and I'll get back to you on kind of my final thoughts of how I think these went. Like I said, for me, this is a middle ground between pure barefoot and having something that's got a bit of support that still allows you to kind of forefoot strike. And one thing you need to look at, actually, when you're looking at trainers, and if you are trying to transition to a more barefoot style of running, you need to look at trainers that aren't so chunky, because a lot of them you'll see now, like the Keanus and the Nike Air Maxes and all that kind of stuff, they've got massive wedges of padding, and you don't want too much of a drop from the heel to the toe. So this has got quite a minimal drop, and that's where it's easier to transition into that kind of forefoot running. But anyway, wear this for the next few weeks, and I'll get back to you and see what I think of them. All right, so it's been 1.5 months since I purchased these new Newton trainers. I just wanted to give you an update. So I've been for several runs outside. Please ignore the marks on my foot here. That was from me actually using a kettlebell and it seemed to have rubbed on my shoe, but that's just nothing to do with the actual shoe itself. That's just me training in them. But I've been really, really impressed with these. They are super comfortable and the rebound on them is absolutely brilliant. So I've ran with these just on tarmac and I've done a few 5Ks in them. And the first run, my feet were slightly achy, but by the second and third run, my feet weren't aching at all. And these are really nicely broken in. And so I've probably done, I'd say roughly 30K in these so far. And they're brilliant. I've had no kind of pain in my feet. They've allowed my toes to feel quite comfortable and spread. They're not as good as my Vivos in terms of spreading my toes, but they're pretty good for the type of trainer that they are. And this spring action at the bottom, these springs are brilliant. The rebound is just amazing, really, really good. I'd say they're even better than the ones I had originally, which I had over 10 years ago. These are really, really comfortable. As I said, they're just very, very comfortable. They feel really secure, and the particular fit on these feels really good for my feet, works well with my feet. And I said, I wanted to have a wider toe box, and these certainly are much wider than any kind of Nike Pegasus I've worn, Zooms, or even Asics like Keanos, which I've worn in the past. These feel wider, they feel more comfortable, and they're a great trainer. So I certainly think they're worth checking out, especially if you can get a discount on them. I said I got them at a bargain price, but they're a great trainer. I'm really, really impressed. And yeah, if you got any questions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next review.